Quarter.
I've
What
been
a
trying to
shit.
not crack up for fucking
Dude.
like 15 minutes.
Holy. Welcome everyone to the Attach and Pass podcast. I am Nikki. I'm your co-host. It has been a couple of weeks, and I'm sorry for that, but we have some pretty cool news coming in. Before that, though, I am here with my always co-host, Jake, and we got two TBG special guests. We got Joe and we got Malachi. Everyone say
What's up,
hi.
everybody? How we doing?
Hi.
No, hi, Jake.
I'm sorry. I'm just watching Mal just hi and then just house a fucking chicken nugget.
Holy good start. We're not sponsored by any fast food, but if Wendy's would like to sponsor us, I would love to have spicy chicken nuggets every day. Thanks
Whenever
for
I use a
listening.
picnic basket in my matchup, that's what I do. I just eat a chicken nugget.
Yeah.
I went to a cup one time where this guy, his V-Star marker was a McDonald's sausage McGriddle box. He's just flipping that. I was just like,
That's ridiculous.
I was like, what? We
Listen.
played each other. I was like, it was empty at least, but I was like,
Listen, one day after work, I was taking the mail out, to put in the mailbox. The mail guy was there, and he's like pulling out the packages and shit. And he pulls one out, and it was this package that was literally wrapped with a McDonald's bag as the wrapper. Like the writing was on it too. Like it's a like little McDonald's and like to blah 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 from.
McDonald's. McDonald's
Damn,
bag is wrapping paper. I should do that to my brother. He hates McDonald's. He's like, it's an evil corporation. And then he buys like a million things from Amazon.
Talk
Right.
about some ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm shipping it.
What the fuck? All right. I was gonna ask everyone how you're doing, but we got immediately sidetracked by the chicken nuggies. So
Yes.
are those like from somewhere? Or are they like the frozen nuggies? I
They're
have to
just
ask.
Tyson. They're just Tyson frozen nuggets.
They're not even
There's-
the dinosaur ones.
No, Tyson's maxed. They're frozen chicken.
I like Banquets. I think Banquets has the best frozen nuggets.
I'm so sorry you're talking about
What?
Yo, hold on. We need a frozen nugget tier list.
No.
Right
Why
now?
is it every?
God forbid.
Why
Right
is it every
now?
time? Wait.
God
Why is
forbid.
it? Why is it every time? Why is it every time I'm on a podcast, we just go on a like 30-minute segue of just some sort of food? First it was cheese wheels, and now it's chicken nuggets. Like, what's going on?
We'll find more. Don't worry. I love
Yeah.
food. We'll find more. This is just a food podcast. Actually, welcome to the Attach and Pass podcast, where we attach food into our mouths and we pass the plate over to you. This is our food podcast review. Here we have Joe Maressa and Malachi Ryder, and they're going to discuss frozen chicken nuggets to you.
Hello guys, welcome to Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen? We're going to get sued. Not this chicken nugget tier maker.
Jake, delete that message in there.
Why?
Oh, these are all fast food ones, though. aren't
I
they?
just listen. I googled chicken nugget tier list maker. I didn't really try
This
too
is
hard.
so funny. This is so funny.
Anyway,
I gave it to what half of these are.
yeah, I don't either. This is actually a terrible tier list.
I'm just gonna shout
should
out
just,
Sonic's
like-
popcorn chicken. It is kind of good. So
We'll just like
Okay,
go back to
poor
Pokemon.
John.
Popcorn
I guess.
chicken. Look.
We'll go back to Pokemon because this tier list is bad.
the tier list is bad, and you all got saved by the tier
Look,
list being bad.
All I'm gonna say is popcorn chicken with a good grilled cheese from Sonic. Okay.
You're right. Honestly, Sonic is so underrated. So just saying, Sonic, if you'd like to sponsor us, we'll
Mhm.
take it.
They're not watching this.
No, listen, Joe,
You don't
have
know.
faith. Listen, this could go
Listen,
viral.
Mr. Sonic could watch our podcast.
Also, when
Good.
I win the Powerball, I will be sending everything directly to the CEOs of every company to get you guys sponsored. So,
Yeah. Or they'll run away, one of the two.
yeah,
Anyway.
I mean, anyway, okay. Anyway, we have some
Probably
great
gonna run
content.
away, itchy pollen. Okay. Continue. Okay.
Let's just stare at him.
Okay, that was a funny delivery. You know it.
Yeah.
All right. So we have 2 topics today because I think that's all we can fit in today. First things first is everyone has been doing great on online tournaments, also known as Mickeys, as we love to call them. Especially this team, you guys have been doing great. Really proud of you guys. Honestly, been killing it. And that goes for like everyone on the team. Because I know every single person on the team watches the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, anyway, you guys have been killing it. Honestly, like, also, I think you guys are helping to shape the meta a little bit. So what we're going to talk about is how, like, the Mickey results right now are shaping the meta for the upcoming Monterry and Frankfurt regionals, but also Pitt, which will be the week after. So it's our first topic of the day. Not chicken nuggets, but if you'd like to include a chicken nugget reference, please do.
I can start on the Mickey scene and how it could potentially impact some of the major tournaments coming up in this month.
Because you're one of the main driving forces behind
yes. You've brought Straight Pull to life in the Mickey scene.
I have a little bit. So I think honestly, I don't think much is going to change. I think like the format's pretty defined on at least what the top 4 decks are going to be, and that's Golden Go, Dragapult, Dusknoir, Gardevoir, and Raging Bolt. But I will say I think there's 2 decks that have picked up a fair amount of steam online. And Hera, I'm interested to see if you agree with this or not, but I think Golden Go Joltik has picked up a lot of steam. It's a pretty popular deck, and I think it has a place in the metagame, and I think the online scene has helped evolve that post-Worlds deck a little bit. And I also think Straight Pull. I think a lot of top players have started to pick it up and see that it has a really favorable matchup into Golden Go, Dragapult, Dusknoir, and Raging Bolt. So I think those 2 decks specifically people are definitely looking at more than they were before Worlds. And I think the online scene is definitely just kind of sped up that meta evolution a little bit. And I think by the time we get to these events this month, we're going to see Straight Pull and Golden Go Joltik be a lot more real decks than they were a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I think that as of right now, like the meta really hasn't like altered or has it deteriorated from like what the current standard meta was for like Worlds. I feel like a lot of the things have been like maintained consistent relatively. I think Goldango is like I think Goldango Joltik has definitely like seen a spike of popularity in the online scene. I don't think it's like dominating, but I do think that it's still like recognized as a deck. I still think that like I still think like Poltnor and Goldango, like just straight Dango, like those are both the consistent top decks. I do think that the meta has shifted to solidifying Goldango Togekiss though as like the best way to play Goldango right now. I do notice that is like the primary way that people are playing Goldango right now. So I would definitely like look into like lists like those. I think the only thing that I've noticed is like been like kind of I guess the only thing I've noticed that like kind of been maybe inconsistent like with how the current like popular meta is maybe like Gardevoir could like be a little bit more played. I feel like not enough people are playing Gardevoir right now. I mean like people are playing it, but like not too hot. Not like to the high extent that I think like IRL like events have been. Um, but I think straight Dragapult has recently started seeing more popularity, and I think
Mhm.
like you and me, Joe, like I and like Callie, like we've been playing the deck a lot. We've seen success within an online tournaments. Like there's been I think there has been recognition that the deck is an existing deck, and I think that like people are like kind of starting to realize, hey, this is a good deck. Um, these are the win conditions that it has to play towards. It. Like, how do we play into that? And
Yep.
so I think that besides that, I don't think the meta's really like shifted like that heavily from what we're currently what we saw from Worlds. Besides like you did say, Jolting Dango a little bit more popular because it did see like that spike from Worlds. Zoroark, I guess, is like another one I could give an argument for.
Yeah, it
Besides
hasn't seen
that,
the
I
play
haven't.
online, but I think the natural progression of the metagame should point to Zoroark at least being a little bit more real of a deck. I think same with Charizard. I
Yeah,
mean, we haven't like fully seen it online. Maybe with Charizard a little bit more, but I think it's fair to expect that those decks will be represented at least.
I've seen a few Charizards like do fine. Like I've actually seen like I think like after Worlds like Charizard's actually started seeing a little bit more play than it originally did, which is
I
another
actually think
one
it's a
that
pretty good deck with a pretty good
So
matchup
I
spread
mean,
into most decks
with
besides Pulmore.
with Zard,
for
we've
sure.
definitely seen it like also like changing a little bit slash improving. Like it's definitely getting a surge of Ethan's Pichu in it recently.
That shit's not real. I'm telling you right now.
Dude, it's kind of rampant at the moment. Like I thought Oyvind's Zard would pick up, and it really like didn't.
Fell off. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like Dustor is starting to like be more prominent in Zord list, but Ethan's Pichu is definitely like seeing a spike, and I do think it is the optimal way to play it because like just being able to go Pichu max belt Dustor, kill a Cornerstone, GG go next. Seems pretty good.
I guess.
It also just kills Badoo, which makes it hard to keep being item locked.
Yeah, I mean I also kill Squilly. Killing Squillies are pretty cool.
For the viewers, what is a squilly?
Yeah,
It's a
actually, they
squawk.
should know what the school is.
A Squilly is a squawkabilly EX with
Okay,
A
100
okay.
squilly.
HP that discards your hand and draws 6 cards on your first turn.
Thank you.
Interesting.
I think we need to like make a vocab list of like everything that Mal calls these fucking cards. Like
You
Bungus and
got Jingus,
Dungus.
you got Bingus, you got Dungus, Shunkus, Squilly, Willy, like
Yeah.
it's got everything.
Even we
Just
don't know what he's saying half the time.
yeah. Kids these days, like they're made up lingo.
But yeah, I mean, I think you two nailed it. And yeah, it's a little interesting that like Enzoro got second in the seniors, and it still just hasn't
And
picked
two
up.
top
Like
eights and masters.
and two top eights and masters, and it still
Yeah.
really just hasn't picked up. People
I think it's
just
just a hard deck to
really,
play. It's a
yeah,
hard deck to like
it's a hard
conceptualize
deck
the
to
lines.
play, and it's a very easy deck to pick up, try like 2 games with, and then be like, you know what, this isn't that great, I don't like it, and then just move on.
Exactly.
So I get it,
Exactly.
but like, it's definitely shown its
I do think
power.
though, like the meta is extremely defined right now. Like I think we have a really good framework. We know Golden Go and Dragapult Duster
Yeah.
are going to be the top two. We know Raging Bolt and Gardevoir are going to be third and fourth in whatever order. And then I think we also know that like we know what like the decks at the end of the graphic and the best of the rest are going to be, right? It's the combination of the Charizards, the Grimmsnarls, the Eevee box, right? Like those type of decks. So like I think we can like really like almost exactly pinpoint, okay, these decks are going to be in this range of popularity.
Yeah.
So I
right.
think from there you just kind of have to figure out what your goal for the tournament is and pick a deck based on that.
And I
Mhm.
also think with the rise of like Joltik Dango, that like normal straight Joltik is just like floundering.
Yeah, but it really wasn't a deck at Worlds either, so I feel like that fall off is kind of happening
That's
regardless.
fair.
Um,
I don't know. I feel like that Joltik Dingo has like, or not Joltik. Joltik Box just has like a worse matchup into like God of War. I
it's a
mean, like
terrible matchup and a good God of War player.
Goldingo Joltik has a like relative game plan into
I
them,
would say it's
but like
probably favored into God. Well, it's definitely closer
it,
than Dengo,
I
but it
haven't
still
played the
has a
deck
lot of
enough.
options.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't
I
played the
haven't
deck
played
enough, but
one
like I
one
I
game
would
of
I
it.
I can say that like it's probably closer. But like it's closer, and then like I don't even know how your Dragon Ball matchup is. Like I feel like that's a lot harder to like face because like you have no onboard draw.
I don't think it's a good matchup
Um,
for Golden Go
well,
Joltik Dragapult.
I
We
I
played
think that
that one
Goldingo.
set together, me and you two won me. But
Yeah, I mean like
that's one set.
to be fair, there were like one of the games where it was really tough for you to play the game on your side. I would say so.
It was a
Like
weird set, yeah. But I mean, either way, it's not like I don't think it's a lopsided matchup either way.
I do think that the extra draw gives it a little bit like more like power budget than regular Joltik because like all of Joltik's draw is very controlled, which
Hmm.
Dragon Ball can take advantage of.
You're right. um, and then I mean, this stuff didn't really change from Worlds. We saw this at Worlds, but you know, something else that we've seen is Grim falling off the face of the earth.
Hmm.
And at Worlds, we did have Alex Szymanski doing well with Terrabox, and I kind of thought that was going to pick up,
It
and it
has a
has
little bit
little
online.
bit, but like not
I
really.
really don't. I personally
I
don't think it's that good of a deck. I mean, I think you
I
just
haven't
take a
seen
really
it
bad
pick
God
up
of
in
War matchup.
online, but I have definitely
A
seen it
little
pick
bit it
up in
has.
like IRL.
It's like it sounds like a good idea, but then it starts like not being very great.
I just think Noctowl decks are inherently very fragile in the late game and are very susceptible to
Yeah,
item block and Ionos and gusting, which a lot of the best decks abuse right now.
and
I
especially
think
with like Pult Noir, you can usually abuse and Iono them down to very low. Like we're talking like Iono to 1, they have nothing on board, and then you just pick them apart in like 2 turns.
Exactly.
I
Yeah, and
feel
Terrabox's strength too is also like to stop your setup. You want to water pond
yeah.
immediately and stop the other person's setup. So once you get into the late game with a Terrabox, if you're in the late game, there's a good chance you're just going to win because they've used a lot of their resources to try to get to where they needed to be, which is stopping your setup in the beginning. Um,
Mhm.
it just falls apart to an Iono, like Joe said.
Yeah, like I think that a Terra box is like just like an attrition war, like for you. I feel like going against Terra box is just a testament of like how good your deck is at an attrition war. So like I feel like if you're able to kind of sustain yourself to like be able to play the game remotely in the late game, then it's just like what does the Terra box do? There's very little like there's very little things that they could do beyond the first few turns of the game because their entire deck is so keen on just like brute forcing through the early game to like basically cheese wins through that. But like the moment that you even like hit like a match where like your opponent actually just moderately sets up, it's just like
You
what do you
can't, yeah.
do? Like there's just not really anything that can be done.
Yeah. So I think it's a cool deck. I think you can scam wins. I guess there's a level of skill expression with it, but I think overall it's probably just not the best. It's probably just too fragile of a deck, especially when you look at a lot of the other decks that like abuse all of Terra Box's weakness, right? A lot of the best decks in the format are built to dominate in the late game, which is like a double-edged sword, right? Because that means they're probably more susceptible in the early game. But exactly what Harris said, if the deck that's slower and better in the late game even remotely plays the game in the beginning and can stop Terra Box for a turn or just get a strong setup, it's just you can't do anything really as Terra Box.
Also, another thing is like if you really want to play like the strength of like say Wellspring and stuff in like Terra Box, you could just play EV Box. That does the
Mhm.
same thing with a lot more foundation.
Or play like an Iron Hands deck. It's like a similar concept, I guess.
Just bring back Turbo Hands.
The future box.
Honestly, future box for Worlds or no
Yeah,
Worlds. Pittsburgh thoughts.
yeah, totally, 100%.
Hmm.
Joe's shaking his head, but like, I don't know.
I mean, it's just worse Joltic box.
I feel like it's better.
And Joltic Box is just worse Dengo Joltic, and Dengo Joltic is just worse Dengo. So just play Dengo.
Dango is just worse.
And
Dengo's like the
Dango's
best
and
deck.
Dango's shit. Wait. And Dango's just worse.
Dengo's like
And Dango's just a
ridiculously broken.
bad deck. So it's all bad.
Actually, I think we should just all quit Pokemon right now. So,
You know what?
all
You're
right,
so
podcast
right.
over.
Honestly, let's just go play Yu-Gi-Oh at this point. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm not spending my money on garbage. So like let's at least go to a functional card game. Digimon. So
Stop.
always back to Digimon. Yes. I think also like looking at the world's results right now in comparison to the Mickey results, I think there's like because of like Terrabox is low because we just outlined why, but we also were talking about Zoroark being low as well. I think part of that is because only 3 decks made it into World, so there's a hesitancy on a lot of people's parts to pick it up and try it. And like you guys had said earlier, then it's like if it's not clicking with this person in 2 games, they're like, I'm gonna throw this out. But I think that's also part of this is like there are some like well positioned decks right now that did not perform their best at Worlds, which is making them some sleeper picks right now for the upcoming regionals. So
Yeah, and I think to that point, I think I think there's like 3 clear plays for these majors coming up, and I think 2 of them didn't really do anything at Worlds. No top cuts, kind of more under the radar. So I think it's actually really interesting how, yeah, Dengo's still one of the best decks you can bring to a tournament, but like I think like specifically Straight Pull and Gardevoir Jellicent are like probably up there with Golden Go for like expected result, like EV, and they're underrated decks. Not a lot of people are talking about them. I guess a little bit more so recently, but
no, I agree entirely, especially like Gardevoir Jellicent because it was regular Gardevoir that say night to your parents. But it was like straight Gardevoir that won. So everyone's just thinking that the Jellicent is garbage now, and I don't think that's the case. Seeing how it was played at Worlds, it completely flipped my opinion from the last time we
I
all
was on the
talked about
podcast
this.
before Worlds raving about Gardevoir Jellicent.
And I think you're right now. I was against it when we talked about it, and then I was watching how it was being played, and I was like, you know what? I was wrong, and that's okay. Like I'm okay with being wrong. It's I think it's pretty good, and I think people aren't considering it.
I do remember making the meta call of like saying I don't think Gardevoir Jelly is gonna like do well at Worlds, and I do remember saying that like, hey,
Yeah.
I think straight Gardevoir is better right now overall, and I think that's cool that was a good meta prediction I made. But I think also people like forget and like with a lot of people thinking Jelly already sucks. I think that people forget that like Pokemon is never very it's never really stationary and like where its metagame lands. It's kind of always changing, it's always fluctuating, like there's never like a set in stone thing that's gonna happen. So like what could be good what was good a few days ago could suck now, and like something else could be way better. And like right now, I think we're just in like kind of like a slow, steady metagame where we're moving away from decks like Goldenga or not Goldenga, Dragon Ball Dusknoir and straight to Gardevoir from being good picks, and I think that we're moving more into stuff like the Gardevoir Jelly, the just Goldango deck. Still, I mean, Goldango is what's always good, but it's still remaining good.
Yeah.
But like
Straight
we got,
Dragapult.
Yeah,
we
we're
got
just
Gardevoir
seeing like kind of
Jelly.
like a variation shift across the board almost.
And I
We're
think
seeing we're seeing a lot of decks try to give themselves a lot more like ways to slow the game down and give themselves more agency, which is like which is why like Gardevoir Jelly and like Straight Dragapult are looking really good right now.
But I think specifically what the root cause of Gardevoir, straight Gardevoir and Dragapult Dusknoir potentially falling down a little bit in terms of like how good of a play they are, it all goes back to Golden Go. And I think that's like
Yeah.
kind of the root of like what's shaping us saying that Gardevoir, Jellicent, and Straight Dragapult are such good plays, because those decks have a lot more optionality into the Golden Goes, whereas the Dragapult, Dusknoir, and the Straight Gardevoirs don't. And when a deck
Right.
is so popular and so good as Golden Go, you cannot afford to take a bad matchup into that deck. But the funny thing is, even though you say that, the deck that won Worlds and the deck that came in second in Worlds have a bad Golden Go matchup. So like it really
Right.
is complicated
Yeah.
sometimes. But I
Well,
think like
also you go. You finish your statement.
I was
First.
just gonna say like sometimes the deck that performs the best and gets the result still necessarily wasn't the highest EV pick.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, a
Um.
lot of the decks like in top 8 at Worlds didn't have a great Golden Go matchup in general.
Yeah.
Like there were
No.
two
Like.
Zoroarks.
Well, the
The
Zoroarks,
only
I think, were
deck.
favored into the Golden Goes because of the Cornerstone Turbo Energize and the
Did they
Toad Scroll,
have
and then the
those?
Zards were.
They did.
I know
Okay, never mind.
Matouche did.
There are two decks in top 8 of this tournament that I would say have a relatively like good like favored Goldingo matchup, and those are those are these
Charizard and
Charizard
Zoroark.
decks. Like Zoroark maybe, but like I don't know. I feel like that like
I
they
think at
have
the
a lot.
time those lists were like at least decent into it,
The one Zoroark
Right.
list had the Toad Scroll.
and the other
Yeah,
one had
I wonder if that's
Cornerstone
like
Triple Monkey
enough,
Turbo
or
Energize.
Yeah.
I just not sure if that's enough.
But at least like they were at least respecting it and like had.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, no, like you have to respect Dango. Like I think that so like looking back at Riley's list, I think that it still has like potential into Goldango. Like I'm not gonna write it off
Yeah,
and
I
say like
mean
it doesn't,
it's
because like the
you play the Quad
the
Monkey, the Flutter Mane, and the Devo. Like that's your package. But how consistent of a win con really is that? And even Riley on the Shift Gear podcast was saying like he's not playing this deck to Pittsburgh because it can't beat Golden Go, and he even admitted he got pretty lucky with being able to pull off some of the plays he did against the Dengos he played, which I think was only 2 of
yeah,
them.
like
So like I
it,
get that
it
like you have that package, but that package isn't very strong.
right.
Right.
Like I just think that like I think that just Gardevoir doesn't have enough agency for itself to be able to beat Goldango consistently like it needs to. And I think Dragon Ball Dusknoir is a fine deck, but I just the deck just has zero agency. Like that, like I feel like that's a lot. That's a thing a lot of decks are missing right now. Is like you need agency in this matchup in order to win. Like you need to be able to have a safety net to kind of fall back on, because you're gonna have a good chance of being put on the back burner. So if you don't
Mhm.
have a way to kind of step back, take a second and like buy some time for yourself to be able to set up something, you're just gonna I feel like you're just losing more than you are winning. And that's why I'm just like I don't see Dragon Ball Dusknoir as a good play right now. Because like against decks like Goldango and Gardevoir, you're just like, God forbid that they actually play the game. And like, because if they do, then it's just like, what do you do? Like there's no consistent way to win the match. And it's just like you're always kind of being put on you're always being put on the back burner, but it's like you have no way to get off of it. You're never able to get yourself in the driver's seat. But like if we look at decks like Jelly Guardy, or Straight Dragapult, like we were discussing, those decks are able to kind of be like, okay, let me step back for a second. I'll let you do your thing. I'm gonna set up my thing real quick, and then, but once I'm able to set up my thing, you basically have zero response to it.
Mhm.
I completely agree with that.
I mean, yes. So, like, as somebody that's been playing Palt Dusk Noir for weeks at this point, I mean, you're completely right. Almost every single match turns into Iono them to 1 and make them whiff for 2 turns.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It works, but that it's basically the game plan into a lot of it.
Right. And like that's chill, but like I don't know if I'm like looking at decks that I want to play for a regional. I just don't feel like that I want to pick the deck that relies on my opponent
I mean,
breaking.
and that's it can also just pop the hell off too.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm still playing it. I still really enjoy it, but
Hmm.
It's definitely a great
as
deck.
I mean,
Still.
as y'all know, I've also teched mine out to be some sort of weird hybrid at this point between the two. So
Well, 1 card. You didn't overtech anything.
I
Quarter.
don't know. I
it
haven't stretched by
it
like 3
keeps
cards at this
going.
point.
It does keep going, and I keep agreeing with him is the problem. I'm
else did
like,
you-
I fight him about it, and then I'm like, Jake's right. I do need this.
What else did you put in,
Don't worry about it.
dude?
We'll tell you when you're older.
Yeah. Well, no. So I borrowed the 1/1 split from Callie with the Hilda and the Jacques.
Let's go.
It is good. It's nice.
So we
It was
have
so
that.
mid.
I have the Maractus, and I just added the Turo as well.
One prickly boy.
So that's what I mean. It's like slowly becoming some weird hybrid.
Right.
It's just becoming bi-curious Pult. So
Basically, eventually I'm gonna remove the Dusk Noir for something, and then it'll just be there.
I was like, maybe we should do a 2-1-1 of the Dust Noir line.
Nah, I'd rather just do a 2/2. Screw the Dusk Noir. We don't need it. Just have the
Get rid of
Clops.
that guy. Just the
Yeah.
Clops is good enough for us. Oh man. I mean, I feel like I don't use the Dust Noir as
I
often.
feel like it's a luxury.
Mm-hmm.
It is a luxury. You're using the Clops more often than not.
I still like the idea of cutting a Dustnor and a Dust Clops
And just doing a 2/1 line.
and putting in 2 Brock Scouting.
I don't hate that. I just haven't tested it yet. Because yeah, like more often than not, you are using the Clops. Like some games, yes, the Noir will like win you the game, but that's only after you've already like brought out the Maractus, cornered something for like 3 turns, Ionaed them to like 2 twice. You know what I mean? Like that's the only time the Dust Noir is ever coming out.
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes you have this play in your mind, and it requires the Dust Noir. And by the time you get the guy out, it's like, well, now they're down to 1 prize card, and so
by the time by the
what
time you get the Dust Noir, they're down to 1, or they've already bossed it.
Yes, and it's like, I should have just popped him as a Clops last turn and
It's
done
like,
Plan
oh,
B.
cool. It's like, oh, cool.
So-
I'm playing a 55
So maybe
card
it's
deck.
easier just to take out the temptation of the Noir, you know. So
I mean,
know
it's
what? We
definitely a
should
thought
just-
I've had. I don't know if I want to go to a 2/1 line, but I like the Dust Noir. I could definitely cut for something if I felt like it.
You know what?
yes, ball.
Just cut all the Dust Noir. Honestly, cut all the Dragapult as well. Let's just play Charizard.
Oh,
We-
actually, you're right. Like, let's just play Charizard.
Right.
What are we doing?
I do actually.
I mean, hey,
unironically
it was
think
it was
Charizard's
broken
really
for a
good right
while. Like, what's the difference?
I keep
now?
playing it
Joe, I didn't
on the
hear you at all.
ladder, and
now. I think Charizard's really, really good right now.
Yo, and a Mickey the other day kicked my ass back and forth.
Well, that's embarrassing because you were playing Dragapult Dustnor.
Okay, but then the next Zard that I faced, I kicked its ass back and forth. I
Wait,
redeemed
what are you
it.
doing?
I do
Are you
really
playing
like
the
the
Mickey
deck
or are you playing ping
because
pong? Like, what's going on?
it only takes like 1 major bad matchup, and that's Poltmore. But like into Golden Go, Gardevoir, Raging Bolt, you're pretty good, and that's obviously a pretty good spread to start off with. Similar to Straight Pull, right,
Yeah.
where you get into Dango, Dragapult, Dustnor, and Raging Bolt. So like a little bit better, just because Poltmore is going to be played a little bit more than Gardevoir, but similar concept where it's like only takes 1 bad, like true bad matchup.
Yeah, I think right now, like, you're honestly fine. Like, I think you're fine taking a bad Potent matchup if you have
So do
to.
I.
Mhm.
Like,
Especially if it's
there's
your
like,
only bad matchup.
I think one deck that I actually like have been like eyeballing that like is still not bad because like even if you're having to disrespect Potent, like I just don't think you care. It's just control. I think control has like a good like matchup spread to everything else relatively. And like so like if your only bad matchup is gonna be potent or like if you have the options to attack for it, like very minimally, sure, but like I just don't think you have to respect it. Like I just think the deck's not good enough to where it's like enough top tables are gonna have it. But also like I think Potent is kind of like one of those decks where it's like if you're playing a deck like control, like you're gonna beat the lower end potent ore pilots because like they're not gonna know what's going on and they're just gonna like
100%.
misplay a lot and you're gonna
Mhm.
capitalize on that. So like I think like control is up there like in plays right now. And like I would not be surprised to see if it like did well at a tournament because like potent ore is just really bad right now.
Mhm.
You know, Polnor is especially bad when that side dot comes out, but whatever.
Well, then you stop
True.
playing it.
No, then we start playing a Klefki to shut off the side hook.
Oh, interesting. It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
So tell me, how are you gonna retreat that Klefki?
Oh, see, it's very simple, my friend. We we also slot in
What do you think the Turo's
switch.
for?
Yeah, the
What do you,
Turo,
what
duh.
do you think the Turo's for?
Yeah. Oh yeah, blah. I was just gonna play Turo and Iota on my turn. Don't worry, don't
Yeah,
worry, don't worry.
yeah,
That's Stamp. Now we use Stamp.
yeah.
So
And Prime Catcher.
yeah,
Ah, true.
I snuck in a crystal too. So
Yeah,
You know, I just snuck in a Lieutenant Surge's strategy in my deck. You know,
yeah.
it's important, you know. It's important to cheat and have 3 ace specs in your deck.
Yeah.
Your opponent
true.
definitely is not counting and keeping track of that.
You know what? I'm
Can
just
I
gonna
see
play
your
computer.
discard pile?
I'm
You're
just
like
gonna.
looking through it. Wait a
It's like
second here.
wait, why is Greninja breaking here?
I'm just gonna play computer search now. Actually, you know what? I want to play Dowsing Machine. Give me a 5th Night Stretcher real quick.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
the dowsing machine. Oh my god. I know they made it as an ace spec, but I miss Versus Seeker like every day. Like every day I miss it. Oh, it's broken though.
Honestly, they should bring back Gold Potion. Thoughts?
Gold potion?
Yeah, that was an ace that healed 90 from your active.
I was gonna say that thing was ass. It was so ass.
They have one that heals
So
150. Why do you need
Yeah, but
90?
you can't get it back from the discard pile, so you can't loop it with the Dene.
Oh, you're so right.
It's just completely useless.
I mean, you could just
Completely
do that with,
useless.
like, I don't know, picnic basket. I don't know what the fuck you want from me.
This is getting
Picnic
bad.
basket, more like picnic basket. I'll see
So,
myself.
What?
So anyway,
I was trying to say.
Frankfurt.
I was.
Crazy off the chicken nuggies. So
They were special chicken
They
nuggies.
were special chicken
Yeah.
nuggies.
They were like the. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, they have the sauce in them, and it's just like barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Oh no, I had honey mustard with mine.
A respectable condiment.
It's okay.
So, okay. All right. Before we lose our train of thought into the chicken nugget land again, let's go into our predictions for Frankfurt / Monterry. I know Frankfurt's the one that's getting streamed, but Monterry will be, I think, relevant as well, especially when people are trying to figure out what's going on with Pitt. So, we will be having, this is the 2026 season
Yes.
prediction race. So
Now, wait, who's keeping track of this for the
it
year?
should be you, I think.
Should be the unorganized person with ADHD. Okay. I'm gonna make a document.
There you go. Name it something good.
Let's see here. Open this up. Let me hit save as. All caps important.
It's not that important.
No, what? No, but if I have it labeled this, I won't lose it. So important taxes. That's what I'm naming it. Okay.
Tricking yourself, and then you're like, oh my god, I was smart enough to
Yeah.
do all my taxes. And you open up, it's like Joe Maressa 3 points, Malachi Ryder 5 points. Like everyone's just point percentages, and you're like,
Yeah.
Wait,
I
these
kept
are
track
my
of everyone's taxes.
You're like, oh, I did my taxes. I'm all good to go. Then you hear the IRS knock at your door.
Right. Yes. Listen, this way I won't delete it. Sometimes I delete documents.
That's fair. That's fair. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Hilarious.
actual taxes are
Like
just
if it was
named
like
under-
if it was named new document 4, I'd probably delete it at some point.
not
See,
your
I would've-
actual
Go ahead.
actual taxes are named under tournament results, and you just delete it. And
Yeah.
now you just don't have your
Those aren't
taxes.
important. Who the hell cares
Fine.
about those?
See, I just have a folder in my hard drive that says TBG, and then I
Hmm.
put TBG relevant things in there, and then I don't delete those things.
I should show you my podcast folder. It's a mess.
Oh, I'm already hurting at the idea of what it looks
It's an
like.
absolute mess. It
Yeah.
makes no sense.
It's just a
it's
bunch of
missing
unedited.
shit.
It's just a bunch of unedited clips and a bunch of
Hold on.
PNGs and
So
cheese wheels.
I'm gonna name you the folders that I have in the podcast folder. Okay.
I'm gonna start hurting. I can
In
feel
order,
it.
we have 3P10,
Okay.
11, Dre Ep 1, 2, Ep 3, Ep 4, Ep 6, Ep 9, and
Where's
Ep 8.
5?
I don't know.
Wait, what happened to the other ones?
It might have been. It could have been a money match or
785.
something.
Oh, true. It could have been a money match. So
I have
look
no
at
clue.
Joe. Joe's got such a good memory. Just like,
But yeah, it starts with 3P10. It was supposed to be Ep 10, but I accidentally hit 3.
And you kept it like that.
Yeah.
You got the lead
That's the
speed
most-
going on.
That's the most Jake thing I've ever heard.
Instead of backspacing 3 spaces, he just rolled with it. Instead of taking his mouse, clicking right behind it, pressing backspace, and then typing E, he just went with it. He's like, yeah, that's fine. Too fucking lazy to go and fix it.
You know, there's something beautiful about that, Jake.
There's something beautiful
That
about
feeling
how
of
your
just not
brain
giving a
works.
fuck about it is like, I wish.
Jake lives in bliss, I think. I
Listen,
think Jake lives in a bliss because he just is so chill.
do you want to know one of the worst parts here? There's also an image in here that's called Ep 10.
Just one image?
Yeah, it's a picture of Tyler Price.
Oh my god, that's so
Holy.
funny.
Shout out Tyler.
Shout out Tyler Price.
So that means Ep 10
Uh.
must have been the slaughter of Tyler Price.
Oh my god. Holy. Except he slaughtered our team.
Yeah, it wasn't a slaughter.
No, yeah, I mean, we got all 9 games in, so
Mhm. But
7.
anyway, yeah. So
Anyway,
my
predictions.
organization is pissed.
we will figure this out. It's okay.
Yeah.
We will get you there. I'll
Yes.
remind you every single time.
Yes. Okay. Also, next to that, I have a folder called Season 2 YouTube. I don't know where Season 1 is. Anyway.
Oh no.
Go. Predictions. Joe.
All right.
Did you say me or did you say
Oh.
Joe or go?
He did say both, actually.
I said both.
So what regional are we predicting here?
The next one.
Frankfurt / Monterry.
Okay.
So
I mean, I think it's just hard because I don't know who's going to these. I guess like if Bradner or Chow are going to any of these with Jelly Guardy, I think they have a really good shot to win. I just don't know who's going to these events.
Well, we don't need a person. We just need what do you think's gonna do well, meta share, what wins.
Yeah. So I think Golden Go and Dragon Ball
Is there
Duster will
going
be
to be
the
a piss
most
chair?
popular.
oh yeah, the piss chair.
Probably.
The over under on piss chair. Everyone has to choose.
Instead of
No,
doing
maybe
points, we
one.
should give everyone a budget, and they have to bet so many of their dollars on each of their predictions.
That is so funny.
Well, maybe you should get your ass up and set it up for the next podcast.
Yeah, what are you doing, Jake?
It's set up right now.
What's the budget?
$10,000.
10,000. That's a. I'm gonna pay off my squirrel debt. That's what I'm gonna do.
No,
I'm putting it all on red.
right. Okay. Anyway,
So I guess my predictions, if we're going to be a little vague about it, is I think Golden Go and Dragon Ball Dusknoir will be the most popular at both events. I think Raging Bull and Gardevoir will be the third and fourth most popular at both events as well. And I think that Jelly Gardevoir will probably top cut one of them, and I think is a favorite to win. And I also think Golden Go is a favorite to win, and I wouldn't be shocked if Straight Gardevoir won again. I wouldn't be shocked if Straight Bolt did really well. I wouldn't even be shocked by Charizard.
okay, but final answer.
I think
What,
Jelly
you're betting
Guardy-
your money on
think-
this.
I think Jelly Guardy wins one, and I think Golden Go wins one. And I don't
Alright.
think the Golden Go build will be Togekiss because I don't think that's the optimal way to play it. I think you either should play straight Dengo with some type of mirror spice or some type of counter to the counters, or I think the Chansey build it personally is a lot better
So you
than the
think
Togekiss.
Golden Go sent a Scorch?
No,
You just said
No.
a Mirror Tech.
I don't think that's a legitimate enough mirror tech. I think you'd rather play the Sarah Legend, the Briar, if you
I
want
don't
to
know.
get
I
fire.
don't know what you're talking about.
You say you don't know what I'm talking about?
All right, Malachi, go.
So realistically, I don't think that the meta's going to change it aggressively. Like, I think like people are going to remain kind of consistent with like what Worlds was. Like, Dragon Ball Duster is still going to be the most popular deck. Goldango is still going to be like pretty highly played. I think Goldango might go like down a slight bit, but like not by a whole percentage. I think enough to where like Dragon Ball Duster will be the number one played, and Goldango will be the second most played. I still think Gardevoir is going to be played a lot. I don't think people are going to like alternate between variants just yet. Like the top players might, and then like, but then like once people start seeing these alternation and variants, I think like Pittsburgh will start seeing a lot more like popularity in those alterations. So like I think that like Monterey and Frankfurt, like they're still going to kind of see kind of like a Worlds metagame where it's like none of the decks really like swap that aggressively. Like Dragon Ball Duster could be number one, Goldango's could be number two, Gardevoir's probably would be number three. I expect, honestly, I would not be surprised if Charizard was number four.
I still think Raging Bolt's going to be really popular.
Oh yeah, I forget, dude. I forget that it's an actual deck. Oh my god.
I think it might
Even
be
though
more
like
popular
there's a
than
good
Gardevoir.
quarter of the team who is talking about it like constantly.
I literally like that deck just does not exist in my brain. I do not think that deck is real. But yeah, no, that's a deck. Okay, yeah, Raging Bolt's number four because like people like.
I have a
for
feeling
some
Raging Bolt
reason.
might be more popular than Gardevoir, to be honest.
I could see it. Because people are masochists.
Potentially.
This episode's cooked.
I'm sorry, I saw everyone else giggling and I didn't know why until I looked at your camera.
I and over. I was just like, okay. And then she keeps looking backwards up, and now she's leaving. This whole time she's been here, like messing around, and now she leaves. Oh my god. I'm fucking crying. Holy shit.
Now what's he doing?
Shout out Peaches.
All right. Well, as me and my co-host Bartholomew the Third were inquiring,
That's a good name.
I think that yeah, Original probably will be number 4. Thank Jeff reminded me that's an actual deck. Charizard, I do think will be number 5.
Please pay attention for the prediction. Holy shit.
Okay. I think Charizard will be number 5, probably.
Agreed.
I do think
Yeah.
that Grimstar will be like number 6. I think Grimstar is still like gonna be played. I don't think like it's a terrible enough deck for people to stop playing completely. Even though I think that deck is just kind of miserable to play right now.
Hera, let me ask you this: what do you think the like rough percentage range? What do you think Dango will be, and what do you think Joltik Dango will be?
I'll be real. I have to look at Worlds before I can answer that. I'm so
Golden
bad
Go
at
was 23.
percentages.
Golden Go was 23% in day 1 and 29% in day 2.
In this, and do we know how many people are like registered for Frankfurt and Monterey?
That's a great question.
I'm sure we can check on Arcanine, right?
Because like I think that'll kind of give me a better idea. I mean, like give or take.
I don't think Golden Go will
Dragon
be
Ball does
that
okay. Like
popular.
if we're gonna say it's a smaller scale event, like maybe like 1,000 players, like I would say like or yeah, 1,000 players feels low. Maybe okay. Let's say like 2K. Let's say 2K. I'm gonna say Dragon Ball maybe like hovers around 12%. And like Goldango kind of hovers around like 9% or 10%, maybe.
I don't think.
And
it'll
then
be
like
that low.
Gardevoir kind of Gardevoir covers kind of behind like around the like 9 to 8% maybe like or like 8 to 7%. And Rage
I agree
Ball,
with that.
I feel confident saying Rage Ball's gonna hover around there as well. Like 8 to 7, and then Charizard like 5 or 4%.
I see. I still think. I guess I still think straight Golden Go is going to be closer to like a 15% range, and I think Joltik Dango might be in like that 5, 6, 7%. But I also think
Oh,
Charizard's gonna be
wait.
popular.
No, the Goldango's definitely could be higher. My bad. No. I forget that they don't separate Goldango
Well,
and
they might for that. They
Genius.
might now.
No,
If they
there's no
don't,
way
they
they separate.
should.
There's no way that they separated the Dingus from the Jingus yet.
I'm saying they. I think they might go into these tournaments this weekend just because Jingus is like a defined archetype now. We've seen them do the same thing in the past with Golden Go versus Golden Go Dragapult and the different Dragapult variants. We've seen them close them into one.
Didn't it take
When
them
prior
like?
they were separate. It did take them time.
like?
Historically, it took
like
them forever. Yeah.
And
Yeah, it took them
specifically, I
like
think the
3.
Dragapult one. I think the Dragapult one took time just because there was more like questions around even if they should split it up, and then like they all kind of became like their own like defined archetypes. I think that was like
Sure.
understandable why it took some time. I could see them being quicker about this though.
Like I don't know. I don't think they're gonna be quick about it. I think
They're
it's
two
gonna be
very
like, yeah, let's
different
just.
decks, though. They really
let-
should.
I
I'm
think
not saying
either
they
way
shouldn't.
combined, they're making up 20%.
If they're combined, okay,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I don't think I don't think it's 20%. I think it's gonna hover around the 16% then.
I mean, Golden Go
I think
alone at
Golden Go
Worlds
by
was over
itself is going to be
20%.
15.
I mean, oh well, how many players? Oh, okay, I guess.
I don't see it dropping to like 30%
I hate saying that
Grand
it'd be
Channel.
20%. I hate saying that it'd be 20%.
I mean, hey, we'll find out because I'm curious to see as well because it's hard to go off the numbers at Worlds just because of like the level, like the talent level of the player base and like the concentration around the top decks. So it'll be interesting
right.
to see how that kind of evolves into like a more normal major event.
Like I really can't give percentages. I just don't feel confident giving percentages. I just think I
I never
can
give
list
those.
like I just think I can list kind of like where I'd place the decks in like standings.
Yeah.
But like yeah, no, I don't think the meta's gonna change that aggressively. But like for Pittsburgh, I do think this is where we're gonna start seeing shift and stuff.